Welcome back to Follow the Money. Was there a government cover-up in the infamous Fast and Furious case? Emails show 3 White House officials were briefed about the operation, and now authorities want to know why an Arizona man supplying Mexican cartels with, get this, grenades was let go by the feds. Congressman Trey Gowdy joins us now. Congressman, the latest, thank you for joining us, first of all, but the latest news is that there is now, it expands from handguns to AK-47s. Now grenades went to Mexican drug dealers, and the ATF, how does this work? The ATF knew about this and let the guy go? What's the latest?
Well, it was probably another straw purchaser, which is inherently illegal. Straw purchasers can't possess firearms or ammunition. What ATF knew, what the Department of Justice knew, Eric, part of the reason we're having oversight hearings and having to send subpoenas is so we can get the rest of the story. And frankly, you should not have to send subpoenas or cajole the Department of Justice to answer legitimate questions by oversight committees. We should never be in a position of having to beg them for information or have it trickle out, which is exactly what's happening. And I promise you there are more investigations, more hearings to come.
Right, and let's just rehash a little bit. There were 3 supervisors from the ATF in Arizona that were brought to Washington. Who knows, for whatever reason, maybe to keep an eye on them. There was one guy who was let go, another guy who was transferred to another department. It sounds like they're kind of cleaning up their mess a little bit. Will Grassley and ICE's committee, will that committee find out who knew what and when?
Absolutely. We're going to find out who in the Department of Justice knew what and when. I presume Senator Grassley is doing the same thing on the Senate side. In fact, he testified before a House Oversight Committee hearing. We shouldn't be having to do this. The Department of Justice has a long and storied history of impartiality and excellence. We should not be having to send subpoenas to get the Department of Justice to tell us about a botched, ill-conceived, ill-fated investigation, which never would have worked, frankly, even if it had worked exactly the way the agents wanted it to. It never would have been successful. And what the agents said they wanted to do, which is disrupt, dismantle, and destroy Mexican drug cartels, that was never going to happen.
Right. And I think at one point, Darrell Issa said that the intent was to track the 2,500 guns that were sold or given to the Mexican drug cartels. Turns out they tracked one gun for about 2 hours and then lost track of that one. So clearly the program failed. Acting director at the time, Melson, said that he had no idea what was going on. He didn't know the extent. And then someone had sent him or showed you, one of your committees, an email showing that Mr. Melson not only knew about it, he actually watched videotape of the transactions going on. Is he complicit in is he in trouble?
Well, he should be. If he didn't know about it, he should be fired for not knowing about it. If he did know about it and gave false testimony, either under oath to a congressional committee or in response to a legitimate interrogatory, he shouldn't be just moved to another branch of government or another office. He should be dismissed. There's no way the acting director of ATF did not know about this investigation. I was a federal prosecutor for 6 years. There's no way the acting director of the ATF did not know about this investigation. The United States attorney has resigned. This former acting director needs to leave public service, in my judgment.
All right, sir. Thank you very much, Congressman Trey Gowdy. Appreciate your time.
Thank you.
All right, let's bring it out to the